Thank you for this invitation. And I will speak with you about the implementation of the integrated vector management in the America, but my focus is in the challenging insecticide resistance and in the next step in the proposal for the countries. When, when you're talking about the challenge, the first thing I think is that what's the size of the problem that we fight? No? If you look in this picture, can you see that we have a transmission of the severe diseases in the Americans, vector-borne disease, in the same time, the same place, and they use the same tools for control. What does this mean? It does mean that you use the same insecticide, and this could be influencing the amount of the insecticide that they use in the vector control. When they talk this, we think that how the program is to face this problem. If I have to control different diseases, different vectors, and use the same tools. And is the big issues to the vector control program, how to do this. It's important thinking about it when you're talking about insecticide resistance, because I'm not talking about one vector. I'm talking about a range of the vectors in the Americas. If you see here, if you see here, you have an important package of the countries that are faced for different diseases, and more than 5 diseases. Someone going to have 9 or 10 diseases happen at the same time in the countries. This is important that this group that we discuss about resistance think. How do you can to improve these programs in the country? How do you help the country to face this problem? The order is where did this happen? And we think about arbovirus diseases. The arbovirus disease is disease transmitted in urban areas, most is in the Americas, in the other part of the world. But here you have one problem. First one, you have a concentration of the population. This is the first. The second, in general, these areas, there is a problem with the infrastructure to supply of water and the recollect of the garbage. And there is other problem, but I think these two are the principal one for discuss here. And you have a lot of amount of the breeding sites and the different breeding sites. How you can address this problem? How you can to provide good tools to control these vectors in this kind of the environment? This is a question that you can think into if I talking with to moving forward the integrated vector management and make the monitoring of the resistance of insecticides in these areas. And the order is, okay, I have a problem, I have to face this problem, and I have a programs in the National Program for Vector Control. And between 2002 and 2014, PAHO has to help the countries to make an evaluation of dengue program. So many countries, some more than 20 was evaluated for a group of the external expert. And the one component that was evaluated was vector control. This was the component more weak for this country, because we highlight four questions important for this. We don't have entomologists in the country. We lack the specialization human resource in so many of this country. The quality of the control is not so good, and we needed to improve it too, because it's maintaining direct relationship with the insecticide resistance. To have a bad control, a quality is bad, you can to improve the resistance in this area. The other is that there is no evaluation of these actions. These actions, in general, there's not evaluation for this problem. Is a big problem because we don't know if the action is effective or not, and you continue to use this, and you can to make some changing in the behavior or the condition of the insecticide resistance in these countries. And the last one is how the country know that, thinking that this problem is only for the health sectors. We need to involve the other sectors for vector control, principally the arbovirus disease. When you look at this, it's very clear for me that the typical interventions that we are using now to control this disease, principally during the epidemic disease, the use interventions of chemicals. And it is in some places, the field work cannot be prepared for using this kind of the control. Do have no good and helpful working to apply the technicians for vector control using insecticides. This is the map. It's the 2013. We needed to make an actualization of this map, but this show how is the Aedes resistance in the America. Looking for this picture, you see that there is so many populations in the America are resistant to insecticides, and principle we're talking about the Aedes here. Look, it was the survey that government of Mexico taking place in the last year. And what you see here is that an important class of the insecticide, the pyrethroids, you show important areas that you have resistance for these products in Mexico. This is important because how we going to use, how we going to management this resistance in these areas. Well, in 2014, PAHO decided to relaunch the program for entomology in the Americas. And after the discuss with the countries, and we decided to prioritize 3 areas. The first one, how and implemented integrated vector management. The second one was entomology. We needed to strengthen the entomology in the America. And the last one was monitoring and the management of the resistances in this area. It is now I can share with you some actions that we propose. The first one is to develop guidelines and support the groups to generate the scientific evidence about the resistance in the countries in the Americas. Optimize the use of the insecticides in the region. The other was to standardize these techniques in the Americans' proposal that we use the same protocols to make the monitoring of the resistance in the Americas. Make the pilots for new technologies for how to measure the resistances in the field. We needed to looking for this. And the third one, the last one is to make some countries which needed to helping to use the safety and insecticides, adopting an national policy for this disease. We don't have the policy in some places for use of the insecticides. And one example for these actions is the Americans not produce the impregnated papers. We have a condition for this. This is important because if you don't have this kind of the materials here, how are you going to make the evaluation of the insecticides? And then you needed to produce these in the region for supply the countries. And then the other is we needed a regional work plan for this. PAHO is working with the countries to make this possible and we think in the next year we have the plan, and they produce the impregnated papers in our region. Well, I finished my presentation. This is a group of the partner that we have to move forward this working in the Americas. Countries, institutions, is important that we work together. Thank you.